Most of your 2026 goals will be dead by February. I know, because for years my New Year's resolutions never left my head. But the 5-step framework I'm about to show you is based on the same system big companies like Google, Amazon use to ship their billion-dollar products, and I've turned it into a simple real-life version for us so we can align it with our goals. And you, my dear friend, will get a free template to start planning your 2026 today. According to statistics, 92% of goals fail by February. Here is the truth about New Year's resolutions. January 1st, we are all pumped up. I want to do this and that. But by January 15th, we are already sleeping. Like, we don't even remember half of the things that we said we wanted to do. By February, life is back to normal. We are all grinding and vibing as usual. And by March, did you set a goal in January? Did we even have a New Year resolution in January? But the problem isn't you, the problem isn't me, the problem is the system, because we are treating goals like a one-time decision instead of an ongoing project. No feedback loop, no check-ins, no structure, just vibes and motivation doesn't last. The solution is to create a system, and how to create that system is by using Scrum. So that is where Scrum changes everything, because Scrum was literally designed for chaos, for when project shifts, priorities change, and life gets really messy. So what is Scrum? This is just a watered down version because we are not going into all those technical jargons. Scrum is part of Agile methodology, which is one of the methodologies used in project management in the tech world. So Scrum is a fancy word for a system that helps teams get things done in small focused chunks called sprints. Now, a sprint is a 1 to 4 week period where you focus on a specific outcome. So for personal goal, this simply means don't wait 12 months to achieve a goal. Break it into small pieces and achieve them in short cycles. When you look at this entire diagram here, you're going to see this box right here, which is the list of all the goals or wishes or items that needs to get done, that needs to be achieved. So you can think of that as your yearly goals. So the middle part here is their sprint, and the team will decide how much goals they can achieve during this sprint cycle. The team will decide if they want to do this sprint for 1 week or 2 weeks or 3 weeks or 4 weeks, and then pull items from here, which is usually called backlog, where they have all the list of items that they need to get done. They're going to pull like few items from here. They put it into the sprint backlog here. That's okay, in this sprint, these are the things that we are working on. That is the sprint backlog. Then they will break those things down into tiny pieces and work during their sprint, which could be 1 week or 4 weeks. And every day they will do a daily scrum, and daily scrum literally means you're checking in with yourself or checking in with the teams every day to know how far they've gone with the work they are currently working on, just to make sure that everyone is doing their job, and if there is a problem they can quickly resolve it. And the increment here is where all of the things that they finish, that they complete, will go into, and it will be ready for review. Like, check, okay, did we finish, do we not, what stage are we right now? And the last part here is the sprint retrospective, where at the end of the sprint cycle the team will sit down with themselves and do a retrospective, aka reflections. What went well, what didn't go well, what do we need to take forward to the next sprint, what do we need to drop, do we have a problem that we need to resolve? That is what happened during this period. So let's do a real life scenario. You want to start a business in 2026. That is the goal. Then you're going to decide that, so this goal, even though it's going to take me like 6 weeks to achieve it, what can I work on every 2 weeks to deliver on this goal, so that by the end of 6 weeks I will be ready to launch my business. So typically, if you want to launch a business, you're going to do market research, branding, business plan, funding, marketing, all of those things. And when you want to set your sprint, you'll make sure that you prioritize what should actually come first, what should come later. Then you split them into different sprints. So in this real life scenario, we have a total of 6 weeks to launch a business, but we'll be working on it in 2 week sprints. So in total we have like 3 sprints. For every week there is something that we need to do. Market research week 1, business plan week 2. So basically just break the big goals into small goals and go smaller and smaller. So now let's build our 5-step system with Scrum that aligns with our goals so we can actually achieve our 2026 goals. Step 1, you need to create your master list of your goals. In Scrum we call it backlog, but this is real life, you're calling it your master list. Everything you want to achieve in 2026, you write it down somewhere and you call it your master list. No filtering, write everything down. Step 2, you are going to sort all of those goals into your life categories, and that could be career, business, family, health, finances, personal. These are the big areas of your life that your goals typically fall under. So pull goals out of your 2026 master list goals and put them into the categories that they belong into. Step 3 is the sprint planning. Here you want to choose the length of your sprint. Now, a lot of people do the 12-week year plan where you only set goals for 12 weeks. Remember that you have this master list where you have all of your 2026 goals, and then you pull out goals into your life categories, and in sprint planning phase you will decide how long your sprint is going to be. For this video we are doing 12 weeks because this is real life now. We are not in the tech world. Tech world can do 1 to 4 weeks if they want, but here our main sprint is actually 12 weeks, and we are going to be dealing with goals per quarter. That is to allow us to actually touch every aspect of our life, because as human we are multifaceted. If we just decide to focus on personal growth, what is going to be happening to our business goals? Personally, also use a 12-week year plan. Every quarter you pull out goals from your life categories. 3 is perfect, 5 at the most, all chosen based on importance and timing. Now, example can be, let's say we want to take a family trip to Japan. We can schedule that for Q3. I want to launch a business. I can schedule that for Q1. I want to lose 10 pounds. I can say by the end of Q2, I should have lost 10 pounds. Now, for each quarter, you need to break those goals down into monthly focus areas. So each month you break your goals into weekly tasks. Every week 1, week 2, week 3, you need to have a daily to-dos for all of those weeks. For example, if I have a goal to launch a business in Q1, then I'm going to break that goal down into 3 months. And every month that I need to work on a goal, maybe month 1 I decide to conduct market research. I'm going to have like a focus to work on every week. So I may decide to say, okay, in this week I'm just going to do a survey research. So for every day in that week, I'll be working on creating survey questions, distributing survey forms, collating answers, and analyzing results. When you think about the fact that you've broken your quarterly goals into monthly goals, then the monthly goals you broke them down into weekly goals, and the weekly goals into daily to-dos, you are literally building momentum. And by the end of the quarter, you should have met your goal, all things being equal. So at the end of your planning session, you should have your quarterly goals, and you can do that at the start of the year. Your monthly goals, you can plan that at the beginning of the quarter. Your weekly goals, and you can plan that at the beginning of each week. And then your daily to-dos, which will happen every day. Step number 4 is reviews. There is this thing in Scrum that is called daily Scrum. So Scrum has built in this review process so that the team doesn't drift. So every day you do regular check-ins. Personal life, I recommend asking yourself daily questions at the end of the day. Questions like, what did I do yesterday? What will I do today? What is blocking me? So that you can remove any obstacle from your way. Step number 5 is doing a retrospective. In Scrum, this typically comes at the end of the whole sprint. And the reason you do this is to learn from the last sprint. So in this case, we are doing like a quarter. So at the end of every quarter, you ask yourself what went well, what didn't, what did you learn, what needs adjusting? Do you need to move a goal or postpone it or delete it, especially if you were unable to achieve that goal? How often should you do your retro? This is life. Like I said, life is different from building tech products. So I do recommend that you do this every Sunday, which is what we call weekly reset. Do it every month. We call it a monthly reset, and do it every quarter, at the end of every quarter, because this is how you stay honest with yourself. No more lying that I'm going to do it later. No, you check in with yourself regularly and you learn from your mistake, and then you move forward. Hello, sugar.
Hey, sugar, mama, baby.
Yeah, go, baby. Bye, sugar. Bye, me till My door is open. You must have seen some of my videos where I do weekly resets and monthly resets. This is why I do it. This is the framework that makes me do this weekly reset and monthly reset for my life. And that is your simple 5-step system with Scrum that will actually make your 2026 goal stick. I told you at the beginning of this video that I created a simple template that you can use, and I wanted to quickly do a walkthrough video of the template for you right now. This is your 2026 goal setting system sprint planner workbook, and it's designed to help you stick to your goals and actually achieve them. On this page, you write all of your 2026 goals. This is your master list, and then you move on to categorize all of your goals into different life categories that you've decided upon. So I have family, personal, career, finance here, and then I left two few spaces here that you can put the heading that you want there. Across all of your life categories, you pull out goals for each quarter, and then you make sure that at the end of each quarter you do your reflections. And at the beginning of every quarter, you create your monthly goals. You can actually go month by month. You don't have to sit and create the whole goals for all of the months. If you can, definitely go for it. And at the beginning of every week in that month, you create your weekly task. You can go 1 week at a time, and then at the beginning of every week, after you create those tasks for the week, you create your daily to-dos. And at the end of the day, you check in with yourself, or do it at the beginning of a new day. You check in with yourself, and that is it. That is basically it. These are the reflection questions that you may need for your retrospective, especially for the quarterly goals and the monthly goals, and also the weekly ones. Scrumify your life, and you will see improvements in the quality of your life. Create a master list of your goals, categorize them into your life categories, sit down and have a planning session like 2 hours to actually plan out your year. Do reviews every day, do retros every week, every quarter. That is it. That is it. Carry big goals, break them into pieces, and work in momentums. It's simple. It's super simple. That is it. Then Scrum for your personal goals will make you more consistent, more organized, and even more focused than 95% of people. Grab your free 2026 sprint planner with everything that we've covered today. Don't forget the link is in the description below. Download it, fill it out. You can come back here to let me know one of the goals you'll be committing to do in Q1 of 2026. Come and put it down in the comment section. You started posting community so we can hold each other accountable. Anyway, thank you so much guys for watching this video. I hope that you understand the system. I hope that you put it to use, and I'm going to see you all in another one. Bye guys.